Well, he famously said he was going to miss some of the circus. And to talk with us about the continuing votes in the deadlock in Washington is someone who just retired from that scene, former 3rd District Congressman John Yarmuth.
So you were just telling us this is almost the first time that you're actually happy to be back in Louisville after 15 years, everything you've seen. What do you think? Does this surprise you?
Well, no, it doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, what you need to do is go back and look at the way the Republicans acted when they were in charge for about 6 or 8 years, a few years ago when we were in the minority. And what was significant about that was they really never had any legislative agenda. They're there for performance. I mean, they really are there more as a way to get social media followers and to get attention and not to govern. And we're seeing that right now. There's really no governing mentality on that side. And I think Kevin McCarthy is representative of that. He's never had an instinct for governing.
Two things I have to ask you. First of all, do you think he's going to get elected in the 10th round of voting? In the end, will he be the Speaker of the House, in your opinion?
I think the odds are very much against it right now.
And what's fascinating to me is this attempt to get people to switch their votes. You have even Republicans who are dead set against it. What is going on behind the scenes to try to switch a vote? Has anybody were they able to get to you when you were so against something and offer you something or tell you I'll be a different person to get you to switch your vote?
No, and I think what you're seeing with these people is that you look at people like Lauren Boebert and Matt Gaetz and some of the others who are the dissidents who are not voting for Kevin McCarthy, and their brand is to be people who want to blow up the system. So if they did make a deal, it would be counter to their brand, and that's what they're in it for. And I know Matt. I don't know Lauren very well. She was on the budget committee, which I chaired, but I know Matt pretty well. And he's in it to perform. That's what he's there for. And so I don't see where there's much of a deal. I mean, for instance, one of the things they apparently want is a commitment that they'll impeach Joe Biden. Well, you can't make a commitment to impeach Joe Biden. There's no way you can make a binding commitment. So the things they want, he can't give. And if he did give them, he would undermine his ability to lead.
So ultimately, where do they go from here? Do we just have another vote, another vote, another vote?
Somebody's going to have to break this stalemate, and ultimately they're going to have to focus on one alternative. And if I had to bet, it would not be Steve Scalise, who is now the 2nd Republican in the House, because he kind of fits in the same mold as Kevin McCarthy. I suspect it'll be somebody like a Patrick McHenry, who actually has feet in both camps. He's a pretty conservative guy, but he also is not identified as one of the radical, crazy people, and would be a decent speaker, I think.
You were just there Tuesday of this week to support Morgan McGardner. You've been in contact with him. What have you been telling him about this? I mean, and how are you? Because he has not been sworn in yet.
No, he hasn't been, and I mean, there is no Congress. I mean, I am a former member now because the 117th Congress dissolved Tuesday morning, so I'm definitely out of work. He's not yet in work. I can't tell him anything about this because this hasn't happened in 100 years, so I have no basis. But we've got a great leadership team in the Democratic caucus right now. Hakeem Jeffries and Catherine Clark and Pete Aguilar and others, and I will tell you one thing, Morgan has already ingratiated himself to the Democratic caucus. He is one of the favorites of new members. I watched that on the floor, how many people embraced him, and that was great to see.
All right, retired Congressman John Yarmuth, thank you very much. Now around Louisville full time, so you get to see him around town.
That's right.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Doug.
Appreciate your opinion.